Echoes of a Divided Heart, a tale of valor and volley. The American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, wasn't just about maps and muskets. It was a high-stakes drama of a family tearing itself apart, featuring enough romance and tragedy to make Shakespeare blush. The Great Breakup, 1861. Imagine a giant house where half the residents want to change the locks. The North, the Union, and the South, the Confederacy, had been bickering for decades over slavery and states' rights. In 1861, the South finally swiped left on the Union, forming their own country. The spark? Fort Sumter. When the first shots were fired, the romanticism was at its peak. Young men in crisp new uniforms marched off to war, promised by their sweethearts that they'd be home by dinner. Spoilers? They weren't. Letters, lace, and lead. What makes this era romantic in a literary sense is the correspondence. Since there was no Civil War Tinder, soldiers wrote thousands of letters. The poignancy. Men like Sullivan Ballou wrote gut-wrenching letters to their wives, like his famous letter to Sarah, professing a love that surpassed death just days before falling in battle. The spies, women like Rose O'Neal Greenhow and Elizabeth Van Lew, used their southern charm or quiet presence to smuggle secrets in their hoop skirts and hair buns. The turning tides. The war was a grueling marathon. General Robert E. Lee, South, was the tactical wizard, while Ulysses S. Grant, North, was the relentless force. The Battle of Gettysburg in 1863 was the ultimate climax, a bloody three-day affair that turned the momentum back toward the North. President Abraham Lincoln provided the soul of the era. His Gettysburg Address wasn't just a speech, it was a poetic vow to ensure that government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth. The Final Curtain, 1865. By the time Lee surrendered to Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, the romanticism had faded into a somber reality of a broken nation. The war ended slavery, but it left deep scars that the country is still healing today. The lesson? Short and sweet. The primary lesson of the Civil War is that unity is fragile and equality is non-negotiable. It taught the world that a nation built on the promise of freedom cannot survive if that freedom is only for some. True strength lies in a house united, bound by empathy rather than just laws.